these machines that have come up, right? Oh no, they're allowed to come up to the line. We haven't got the staggered row like we have with the two-wheel versions. No, I don't see anything different. That's the thing. You've well explained it, but I don't see anything different. There's not a gap for anybody else to take. In fact, if anything, somebody's come up to take the place of Tracy. So I'm confused.
No, I actually saw it. I've got the qualifying here, and I said, whatever it is, it's in the past now. We've just got to get on with what's in front of us, and all the riders, hopefully they've got enough motion on board to keep enough laps in there. So some drums and cymbals, all that nice engineering. Not as much smoke off the tyres from some of those top riders there as they spun up there, as they went off there. But it looks to me like number 73 going into turn 1, Barry Smith, and they were so close to lap record. In fact, we've got a bit of time as they evolve there. Let's find the right paper with the lap records on. I tore that in half before. Lap record for sidecars 138.093, 139.69, 138.339. So we're only 0.3 off the lap record in qualifying. So Barry Smith, 61 years old. Well, he was on Boxing Day. It wasn't his birthday, but I got corrected. I thought he was a little bit older than that. But Barry Smith, mate, he's 61 years old. So the heat of the sun will be not helping the situation. The heat coming off the bikes will be not helping the situation. But it's the same for everyone out there. It's all the same tier. 8 laps we've got in this Mega Motorcycles sidecars class, the first race of the New Zealand Superbike Championships. I think pretty much everyone out there was involved in the Suzuki International Series, so they're all race sharp. Indeed, I'm just going to have a look through there. The only one was
Dennis and Dan.
Dennis and Dan, you're right, they weren't because they had a blown motor.
Yeah.
That's right, but they also raced down at the Timaru Southern Festival, the Classic Festival, the Southern Classic there in late November. So yeah, you're right there, Dennis and Dan Jenkins on the 83 machine. So already sidecars spreading out. We only got the one Formula 2 machine out there. That is Mark Halls and Michelle McLean, and they won the Suzuki International Series Formula 2 class. You can see them on the 69 bike. They've got a yellow number board, which indicates they're a Formula 2 machine. They're not being scored separately. New Zealand Superbike Championships got number 6 on the group to start a class, and if they had 2 classes here, they wouldn't have enough sometimes in Formula 1 or Formula 2. So merged together, and I know the Lawrence brothers rode a machine for many years. It's a DMR, I think, chassis, and that was passed on. That was a 600cc machine, and that was passed on to Tracy Bryan and Steve Bryan, and that was painted pink, called Pinky, and that's just been sold back to them as well. So they've got that Formula 2 machine back, and that's an East Island Man winning bike. Looking over onto the hairpin, it is Barry Smith and Stu Dorr out there in the lead position, and Adam Unsworth, Bryce Rose, and Andy Scrivener. Look, he's fighting everywhere. He's about 8 or 9 times New Zealand sidecar champion with Tina McEwen doing the passenger. Look, they've got 2 New Zealand championships under their belt as a team together, but they are just hounding that number 12 Aprilia. That's the bright green Kawasaki. Bright green, this is a Suzuki. It's an RSR chassis, a copy of an LCR, the Lewis Christian Racing, the Swiss machine, so it's made in England. So Andy Scrivener, mate, out there, and look at him, he's going to fight all the way because he knows that Barry Smith and Stu Dorr again. He gets it too, he gets it coming into the, what's that corner called now? Southern Salvage Corner, he gets it, so he's going hunting. But that big V4 Aprilia, mate, this thing punches out of corners quite well. Then we got in 4th place Dennis Charlotte and Dan Jenkins, number 3 in the New Zealand Superbike Championships last year. Then we go back to Mark Halls and Michelle McLean, and then it is the Lawrence brothers, Gordy McEwen and Louis Scrivener. The Gordy McEwen and Louis. Louis is the son of Andy Scrivener and Vicky. Vicky's here as well. First time she's been down to the Ruapuna New Zealand Superbike Champ since 2005. Busy with business, busy with that. That's one of the byproducts of it slipping a bit forward into the 9th of January, and she can get down here. So Vicky, happy to be here, I think. Oh, certainly is. She is if she's amongst that crowd. They all poorly trained apes, especially Gordon, but they're all good. You know something? They're all good people. So are most of the people. Well, everybody around,
of course they are,
including you. Yeah. Okay, where's that?
Well, if we look at Barry Smith, I tell you what, Barry, a very lucky man. Barry with the swing of Tracy at the time went straight ahead at Icon, and they ran out of brakes and they went over to the wall. They caused a serious stoppage. They were wounded in wing for quite some time, and it was a serious halt to racing. And Barry then wasn't back the following year. He really took 2 years to come right after that incident, and now here he is coming back to his bogey track and ready to put it all to rest and go out and do what he does so well, and that's win races. So great to see him out there, the number 73. With Stu Dorr, of course, formerly a swing swinger with Adam Unsworth, but Adam's now got Bryce Rose and Stu as well, taking on the work with Barry Smith. I'm sure Barry was looking out for a pilot once Tracy had indicated that she was going to get out and do some racing on her own. The all-girls team, formerly the Pink Machine, with Tracy and Joe out there in their Carl Cox Motorsports City Honda Protec Developments machine, the F2 bike, sidecar, should use the terminology correctly, that's unfortunately parked up here in the pits. But it is the Barry Smith show out there showing us which way is the leading way, and certainly now Spider, once they've got this F1 machine going, because they did have problems and they had to go back to their F2 machine last year, so they didn't get the credits overall because this machine was causing some grief. But I can tell you what, with the hours that Barry has put in during 2020, it is looking super fast for 2021. NZSBK sidecars with Mega Motorcycle Centre, bring it on.
Oh, and of course, Steve Bryant has put some hours into it as well. So, yeah, beautifully, faciliously prepared machine. If you get some time to go around the pits, make some time, take your family down there, get a photo of them sitting in a sidecar. Be aware that they are racing motorcycles here, and it's critical to get their bikes tuned up. But they're all approachable, and there'll be possibly a time somewhere where you can sit in the sidecar and maybe get a photo of it. Sit on the side, hold on to the handles. They'll tell you if the exhaust pipes are still hot and where to sit and all that sort of thing, and just have a chat to the team, particularly after this race. You know, they're not having a race till tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a different case, but that's up to them. You know, they're all approachable. They all want to support the sport and that sort of thing. They may be busy with doing what they're doing, but have a go at it and all that sort of thing. So we've got a 1:48.99. That's quite a bit off the lap record. It's way off the qualifying time. It was a 1:38.339 for the fastest qualifier. The lap record for sidecars, Colin Buckley and Robbie Short of 2016, a 1:38.093. Might have even been on the same machine. I'm trying to think of the lineage of the machine. So that's enough for them to be out in the front. They will have, I'm sure they will have a pit board advising them of their thing. After this, we've got 250 production. We've got 5 laps to go. We're nearly halfway through the race when they come across the start-finish line. Andy Scrivener, Tina McEwen there in second place. I think that's closing in. It was a 4.2 second gap. No, maybe it's opening up a little bit. And Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose on the Boss Aprilia V4 1000 machine there in third place.
All right, Motorcycling Canterbury, proud to be your host for this event. MCI, Motorcycling Canterbury Incorporated, and Mega Motorcycle Centre. Have a go day. Have you ever wanted to go around here on a motorcycle? Have you wanted to hop on as a swinger in a sidecar? Have you wanted to have a go with your kids around this safe and controlled learning environment? So many exactly that. Have a go. Hey, some of the big guys will be here, but there'll be also a whole lot of people living and learning. Have you got a bike that you use for commuting or your utility or your adventure, and you've always wanted to have a ride around here? You can do so as well, and you can learn something about our sport and our cool people from this great club. Bring your road bike out, test it on the track, learn correct cornering techniques, and lines to take machine examination from 7:15 in the morning, on the track by 9 o'clock. You need quality riding gear, including gloves and boots. Motorcycling Canterbury have loan gear available, and you must have your own helmet, of course, because you need the correct fit of that. 150s and 250 motorcycles available for hire. You can book them through Wendy at the club. A riding fee of only $100. Children from the age of 7 to 16 at only $30. Spectators are free. There's 2 of them. There's Sunday, 14th of February, so what's that, 5 weeks away today, and also another 8 weeks after that to Sunday, the 18th of April. So 2 have a go days. So pass the word around. Tell your friends, you know, you people all around the South Island, West Coast, are saying, I've always wanted to have a go around a racetrack. You can do it, you can ride around. It's not about having a race, folks. It's having a ride. Riders will be split into different ability. You might have an opportunity to have a friend who's got a bike and you've always wanted to go out and ride that. It's a race bike. He's offered you an opportunity. What a day to come and do it, where people are put into equal ability and go out and have some fun. And the juniors will be part of that as well today. $30 entry fee for juniors. The club certainly encourage that. But it's a once in a lifetime a dream, a memory. It's a, you know, a bucket list kind of thing to do, and it's only $100. I tell you what, you can't even jump off a bridge with some cord tied to you. If you like the Irishman, he didn't trust the rubber, he wanted to use the chain instead. It was going to be much safer for him. But anyway, you get the idea. Well, worth it. Motorcycle Canterbury, Spider. Have a go in a sidecar. I had the opportunity with Steve many years ago. Memories that I'll never forget as well. These are wicker machines. You've been more professional. You've been part of a team. Do you go back? Do you remember your first time you had a sidecar? What hooked you to be a swinger in sidecars?
Watching him well, what scared me was watching him in the overbridge, where my father took me every year at the cemetery circuit, and just thinking, mate, those guys are so cool. I'll tell you who motivated me, as I must have been 15, 16 years old, as 1977 when Tracy Bryan's father, Roger Stent, won with Tony Cave driving at the cemetery circuit, and Roger went through there sitting down on the chair just clapping across the finish line. I thought, I want to be like that. I don't want the same moustache, well maybe I do, but can't grow it as well as him, but I want to be like that. And one day I got the opportunity, my brother bought a sidecar, I jumped on with him, and then Andy Kippen seen how crazy we were. His passenger wasn't available, and he rung me up, and I thought, wow, those guys lapped me at Wanganui, lapped us at Wanganui, and how can I hang on there? But it's like, you get thrown an opportunity you'll never get again. I took it up, and we won 3 New Zealand championships there on a Steve Roberts built bike, and I love Steve Roberts' work, and it was a real privilege to it, and being part of the sidecar community. And what I did, it led to my, I guess, commentary career. I don't know whether you call this a career, but what it did was I knew the commentator couldn't know everything about anyone on that track, all of the people on the track, there's 200 riders and that sort of thing. So I went up and told the commentator at the time, can't recall who it was, a bit about our sidecar and all the other people. And then when I stepped off the bike, they invited me into the commentary box. I probably pushed my way in there and helped out with it. And then one day Neil Ritchie hands me a microphone. I hand the microphone back when there's a superbike race on, and he says, no, you hang around. So I thought I better go and spread this, and it leads up to now sometimes 70 days at the racetrack a year and in the commentary box. My only day this year in the Superbike Championships. It's in good hands with the Brad and Neil show, the Turbo Sound show, and good. I went look at that battle going into the dipper there. This is Mark Halls and Michelle McLean and Gordy McEwen and Lewis Scrivener. Formula 1 versus Formula 2, Formula 2 versus Formula 1. This is a battle out on the track, and I've been talking a bit too much there, so I've got to look out where's that lead bike. The lead bike goes in and out of the hairpin. Fastest lap in the day, a 1:40.168. They're now cruising around in the 1:41.5s. They know how much about 10 seconds ahead of Andy Scrivener and Tina McEwen. Then we go back to Adam Unsworth and Bryce Rose, 83 Dennis Charlotte and Dan Jenkins, Chris and Richie Lawrence. Mate, what a crew here. Chris has a hereditary kidney disease, and he had to have his kidneys chopped out. He had 17% use of them at one stage. He needed a donor. Richie, his brother, jumped in there and gave him a kidney. Now, I don't know what kidneys do in the world. I know you've got to have at least one of them in that. Now, I know you can't have a steak and kidney pie without kidney, and that's about as much as I know. But what a team. And health has been a problem, and last year, Richie was riding for someone else, had a massive crash at Wanganui, and the injuries were just absolutely incredible. I went and saw him in ICU, and it's taken him a long time to get back into it, but he's back out there and doing that, and it's absolutely a pleasure out there. They're not as fast as they used to be, but they're out there with the wind in their face, bought another sidecar, and they're back out there, and that's great. Filling up the fields and enjoying it, part of the pit crew, the pit's environment. The Christchurch Casino Carousel, we're looking at the big Mark Halls machine, the little Mark Halls machine, the number 69 blue and orange CTR. Chris Thoreau Racing was going right round the outside of Gordy McEwen and Louis. They're running 1,000 machine. Gordy comes back there, but goes back in, and this is a great battle that's going on with 1 lap to go. The white flag is out. So looking at that battle going on there. Michelle, I think, is a trauma nurse. She's a trauma nurse, so she's seen blood and guts all over the place, and she's out there. I tell you what, she'll get a hammering with the bruising. Look at this battle. Lewis Scrivener on the outside there on the passengers, doing the passenger job for Gordy McEwen, goes round the outside as they come out of the dipper along the front straight. So there's 1 lap left into this fight for them. We're looking at the lead bike there coming out of the Fulton Hogan corner towards the Christchurch Casino Carousel there. So Gordy McEwen on the 1,000 just gets about 100 metres, but now watch this race as the little 600 machine, the winner of the Formula 2 class at the Suzuki International Series just a couple of weeks ago, closes in on them under brakes now. There's about 10 bike lengths. The big bike opens up there. This is also a long bike versus short bike. The long bike has the engine in the behind the rider, the short bike underneath. So look at him closing in there through the Icon corner. He'll make up a lot of ground with Michelle McLean doing the passengering into the Aon, I think it's Aon hairpin there.
Dipper, Aon dipper here.
I can see Aon on the fence over there.
You remark.
Yep, you know better than I do. Yep, so there, that battle's on, although now Gordy McEwen's got about 60 metres. So here's where the fireworks come on. Mark Halls, Michelle McLean on the CTR sponsor machine. Chris Thoreau Racing just closed right up there, and they'll try on the outside round this Christine. Folks. Christchurch Casino Carousel. There's the win. There's the win. Congratulations, Barry Smith and Stu Dorr. and the battle's coming out. I was watching that other battle, so we're looking out for Andy Scrivener and Tina McEwen there, coming through here to take a good second place. So it's now 25 points for a win for Barry Smith and Stu Dorr, and one more for qualifying the fastest. So there we go, Adam Unsworth, Bryce Rose going through there in third place. First time back in Ruapuna for many, many years for Adam Unsworth, and Bryce Rose I don't think has ever been here. Certainly I don't think he's ever been here competing on a bike. So Dennis Charlotte and Dan Jenkins there on the 83 machine, the Barracks Bar machine. Also Mega Motorcycles, they come through in fourth place. Chris and Richie Lawrence come through here, and here's that battle. Gordy McEwen with Louis Scrivener, the Rolf Harris of he's at least my girlfriends are older. And yeah, call him Rolf Harris. He's got that look with the glasses and the beard, but a cool cat to have around the pits. There's Lewis Scrivener, Andy Scrivener, and Eve Scrivener all competing this weekend. Great to have them here. Mark Hall's, Michelle McLean. Now we're looking out for Doug Corns doing the passengering with Dave MacArthur. These two were riding on different bikes, and Dave lost his long-time passenger, Tony New, decided to retire. Doug lost his rider, and they merged together, and they got a new personal best for Doug, I know, at Wanganui. And I don't know whether Dave, I must check up on that, whether they did that. So a great team, great characters, and Maria's in the pits there as well, and that is Dave MacArthur's partner. I don't think Doug's brought his partner down, Tina, but she'll be watching at home on CTAS. From a distance. And we've got the last of them going through. There's one going through, Darryl Williams and Brian Flynn on the number 38 machine, coming through on a lower spec bike, an SSB Smith Shorter combination. So this is an old Barry Smith machine and Robbie Shorter machine. So 250 production lining up there to come out for the final race of the day. Don't forget, folks, what time does it start tomorrow, Sunday? We are on the track at 10 a.m. That'll be a noise restriction thing, 10 a.m. In fact, we're on the track before that. Riders briefing at 8:30 a.m. 9 o'clock scrubbing to just set your bikes up and just scrub in some new tyres, and that's what's happening there. I'm going to pass over to Neil. Neil, I'm just going to go out and have a twinkle, I think.
All right, sidecar racing at its brilliant best. First of all, Bryce, we were asking the question, have you ever been around here before as a sidecar swinger?
Not around this track. I've been done speedway across the road, but I haven't been around here on F1, no.
All right, so what was that like for the first time?
Oh, it was good. It was exciting. Very fast track. A lot of work though, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, hard stuff, isn't it? Enjoying being a swinger?
Oh, yeah, it has its perks, eh?
You get a free ride?
Oh, no, nothing's free in this world.
Hey, Adam, congratulations. This Aprilia V4 Power, how is it?
It's fantastic, mate. Look, I just can't speak highly enough of the Aprilia engine. You know, it's just beautiful power delivery. We just love it, and it's great to get the brand out there. You know, and it's been a long time, so it's nice to have something out there that's unique and sounds fantastic. You know, and can I just say a special thanks to my friend Kenji watching in Japan, and thanks, Kenji.
Beautiful words, nice prize giving. Here we are. We'll start with the best looking. Yeah, indeed, we will. We start with the best looking. Here we go. Oh, trying to get in there. Hey, teens. He's still not a bad guy to hang behind, but unfortunately, a bit of a mechanical hiccup for you.
Yeah, he was just telling me that he's got clutch issues. So yeah, there was a little bit of rough, kind of, bumpy and jolty. But yeah, no, it was all good. Got a few blisters to go home with tonight, but that's all good.
All right, how's Ruapuna today?
It is actually awesome today. Actually, I don't usually like this track, but I have enjoyed it today. Really.
Nice comments. Andy, cool to be back here. Do you like this place?
Oh yeah, I love the South Island tracks though, because they're so twisty in that. But yeah, as Tina said, we ended up losing the clutch off the start line into turn 1, and we went the whole race without a clutch, up or down. And there's a couple of times I couldn't get into gear, so a couple of times it might have been really slow out of the corners. And on about the third to last lap, I ended up kneeling on a whole lot of stones on my left knee. And I was finding it really hard to put the brakes on, because every time I pushed down, I was like, oh. I was going down the straight trying to actually get the stones out of my kneel tray, and that's pretty much impossible to do at these speeds. But it was fun.
Wow, what an awesome story. So we wish you hopefully some better luck tomorrow. Stu, a privilege to be on board.
Yeah, you bet, eh? If there's anyone you're going to be on with, it would be Barry.
Yeah, indeed. All right, some great years of sidecars. Been a little while since you were last here. How long were you last going around this circuit?
Oh, last year was with Adam, and we only came down once in the 9 years I was with him, so yeah, it's only my second time here, and with another great driver. So,
right. Have you got a mirror on? Can you see what's happening behind you? Because there's nothing happening in front of you. You've bolted. You're right out there.
I was looking behind me. There wasn't much happening either.
Honest answer. Well done. Hey Barry, back here at Ruapuna. Unfortunately, the scene of the crime, the crash there a few years ago. Are those memories gone? Is it all positive about being out in front?
Yeah, it was. I mean, this morning in first practice was a little bit of not too sure, but. It's the first time I've been back with the F1 from 3 years ago, so but I got my head down in qualifying and just forgot about that, so no, it went well.
Well done. There we go. I love being part of our sport, and great to have. Here we are with Skysportnext, Aon Insurance and Pirelli. Power is nothing without control. More great 2021 NZSBK road racing. Let's go have some fun.